Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so looking at my skin, you guys can see I have large pores, acne breakouts, acne marks, problematic skin, you guys. So in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to cover up especially large pores, because I know large pores can be really annoying, especially when you're done applying your makeup. You can still see all the pores, and one thing people fail to realize is if you have an oily skin, there is high probability that you will end up having large pores, because the more sebum, the more your pores produce oil, the more enlarged they become. So in today's video I'm going to show you guys few steps I take to achieve a flawless looking skin, and also how I cover up my large pores. You have to know the basics, how to go ahead and fill it up before then applying your makeup. So let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so we have to get up close and personal so you guys can see what I'm doing. The very first thing I'm going to talk about is primer, because if you have a problematic skin, I would seriously advise you try to buy a very nice primer. If you have an oily skin, I would always advise you get a mattifying primer. But when it comes to the pores, you guys, you can see I have this product right here, and this is the Rimmel photo ready pore reducing primer. So you need something like this. This is also very affordable. It's from the drugstore. So you need, did I just say Rimmel? No, this is from Revlon, you guys. This is Revlon. And yeah, you need a pore minimizing primer. I absolutely love this one from Revlon. And also I have another primer. You guys know this is my hard and dye, and this one is the Becca Ever Poreless Priming Perfector. I always notice whenever I use this primer, you guys, it just helps to minimize my pores. And recently I picked up this one right here, and this one is from Too Faced. Is the Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I absolutely love this particular primer, you guys. This is what I've been using of late, because it just helps blur out my acne scarring, my dark spots, and also it helps a lot in filling in my large pores. I love to deposit like 2 pumps of the primer, and make sure you're working with a clean finger. You don't want to apply anything on your problematic skin with a dirty hand. I'm just gonna go ahead and deposit like 1 pump on this side and then 1 pump on this side. I love the fact that this primer have kind of a peach color to it, because it helps a lot in blurring out kind of dark marks or even green marks, because you're working with the color wheel. Pink helps to neutralize green and also kind of brown. So that is one of the reasons I absolutely love this primer. So what I normally do is just use my finger and begin to press the primer into my pores. I always concentrate where I have the majority of pores, and then go ahead and just spread it out. I also have some very deep pores on my nose, and as you all can see, I'm using kind of a pushing motion, like I'm not rubbing it all over my face, because especially if you have a problematic skin, you want to make sure that whatever you're applying on your face stays. You don't want to kind of just buff it all over the skin, because yeah, as you're buffing it, you're not like concentrating the product on your skin. So I just love to take my time and continue kind of stapling the primer onto my skin. Alright, so next I'm going to also go ahead and apply another primer, you guys. This kind of helps in filling in my pores and also neutralizing my my discoloration, while this one is specifically for my oily skin. And I'm going to divide my face into two, you guys. I'm going to work on one side of my face and then leave the other side bare, so by the time we're all done, you guys can see the difference between where I worked on and my bare skin. So I'm going to still go in with another primer, and this one is from Becca, and I love to apply maybe like 1 or 2 pumps of this primer, because this helps a lot in, oh my gosh, what is all this, you guys? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and apply 2 pumps of this primer on this side of my face. I think we're going to work with this side of the face and leave this side. So just 2 pumps is fine, and then I'm going to use my finger and just work it into my skin. And with this one, I concentrate it on the areas, on my problematic areas, and also just make sure I distribute it all over my skin. So just the same way we applied the other primer, I'm still gonna kind of push it into the skin. I never rub my primer, like I never buff my primer, because I just need it to adhere to my skin so it will be able to pick on the foundation and just do what it's meant to do. And also I notice whenever I rub, especially this Becca primer, whenever I rub it, like I go ahead and rub it, it always produces white residues, which I absolutely hate. So you just want to use a tapping motion and just push it into your pores. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but can you spot a great difference between this side of my face and this side? As you all can see, like this side right here is looking really matte, while on this side it's still looking very oily, and you can still see like all my dark spots, my blemishes, and also my large pores. But here everything is all filled in. As you all can see, like you can hardly see any pores on my face, and even my dark spots are kind of minimized. Next thing will be foundation. And when it comes to foundation, you guys, my absolute favorite foundation, you guys already know, is the Kat Von D Lucky Tattoo foundation. This right here is just the best foundation when it comes to problematic skin. And this is my absolute favorite when it comes to high end. But then when it comes to drugstore, you guys, this foundation, the LA Girl Pro Matte foundation, this is my absolute favorite drugstore foundation if you have a problematic skin, oily skin. And my shade in the Kat Von D is the 71, while LA Girl is Nutmeg. So once I've given the primer maybe a minute or two to absorb into the skin, the next thing will be to apply foundation. And you guys, whenever I want to specifically work on my large pores, the first thing I always do after my primer is to go in with a smaller brush. You guys, as you all can see, this one is from Tغطية Cosmetics. I love to go in with a smaller brush and then pick up the foundation and just concentrate it on my pores. Like as you all can see, just once I dot the foundation, you can see like applying the foundation actually makes your pores really you know, emphasized. It helps emphasize the pores. As you all can see, like you can see the pores, you can see all this deep scarring on my skin. So I love to go ahead and just apply my foundation using a small brush right on the pores and just gradually stipple it in, and this will just help fill in the pores. I know a lot of people always say, oh my gosh, this is going to clog the pores, but you guys, fact is, when you apply your makeup, you're supposed to remove it at the end of the day and deep clean your pores. So I love to go ahead and start working the foundation into my skin in a circular motion, and as you're doing that, you can see the pores on the skin is like gradually fading away. Alright, so I love to leave this for maybe a minute to dry up, and the next thing will be to go ahead and color correct my skin, because as you all can see, I have some acne marks, I have some dark spots, and the best concealer I always use is a brown concealer. I know a lot of people always ask me, oh Mabel, how come you use a brown concealer on a dark spot? Like, it doesn't make sense. But you guys, this is what have worked for me for years. So I'm going to go in with my MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette, and I will pick up this brown shade right here. Whenever I do this and then go ahead and apply my foundation, you guys, you can hardly ever see any spots on my face. I'm now going to go ahead and just distribute the foundation all over my skin, and then go ahead with my foundation brush and just blend it all out. And when I'm blending out my foundation, as you all can see, I'm not buffing it out. I just love to stipple, you guys. You just need as much coverage as you can get. And of course, I'm using my Beauty Crush Cosmetics foundation brush. This right here is my holy grail. Also, when you're applying your foundation, remember to blend it down your neck. You don't want to have any demarcation between your face and your body. So this is what we have here. This is the makeup side and this is the raw side. You guys, you can see there's a great difference. And the next thing will be to go ahead and highlight my face. When you have a problematic skin and you want to highlight, please stick to concealers that are maybe a shade or two lighter than your skin. You don't want to go 4 shades or 6 shades lighter, because that is just going to help emphasize whatever you're trying to hide. And this is the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Butterscotch. I'm just going to use it to highlight my under eye. and then use my favorite beauty blender from Beauty Crush Cosmetics. This right here is just so soft and it doesn't suck up your product. One thing about this concealer is it's very, very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to go ahead and immediately set the concealer with Laura Mercier translucent powder. And when I'm setting my concealer, especially when I want to hide, you know, my large pores and my dark spots, I love to go ahead and use kind of a puffy sponge and just go ahead and pick up the product. I love to go ahead and start pressing the powder onto my under eye, and also because of the fact that I'm trying to hide my pores, you guys, also using a pushing motion, kind of a stippling motion to apply the powder. Just take your time, there is no need to rush. You just want to concentrate on, you know, the areas like your problem areas and apply the powder. One thing I love about this powder is the fact it's translucent, so it doesn't have any color to it, so it will just help, you know, balance and blend out whatever you're using it to set. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the same powder and just set all over my skin, because this also acts kind of a mattifying powder, like it helps to powder and mattify your foundation. Alright, so here we are. I'm not sure if you guys can spot any difference. As you all can see, I was able to hide up all those, you know, dark spots, acne, and also my large pores on like this side right here. Like this is my raw skin and this is the makeup side. And that is all there is, you guys. I recently stopped using highlights, and in as much as I love highlighters, you guys, but I've always noticed that whenever I use a highlight, because of the fact I have a very severe problematic skin, like highlights always emphasize, you know, my problem areas, especially on my cheek, like my pores and everything. So I just stopped using highlights. Yeah, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please let me know if you have other tips, like if you have any tips you personally use for your large pores or your dark spots or your acne. Definitely let me know in my comment section, and please don't forget to hit that like button below. Please, you guys, just like this video if you did enjoy, and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And till my next video, I will see you all very, very soon.